What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is just going to be a test to see if this format works in general. I'm working on the lighting, the backdrop, and the bokeh, the focus, everything in between, but I think it's going along pretty well. Just to kind of help test out the different aspects of being a YouTuber, I'm just going to simply talk about One Piece Z. This is a film that I just reviewed, and you guys have already heard the review, but again, the whole point of this is to get into the sort of ebb and flow of talking on camera as a personality. So obviously there was a lot of hype going into this movie. The only question is, what did I think about it? I think it's a dog shit film. This movie's dog shit. This movie... At the central conceit of this film, there is a character named Uta who sings. Her devil fruit power is based around singing. I cannot stand musicals. I might be a musician, but at the end of the day, I can't stand musicals. I hate musicals. Now, if I go to a musical theater or a play, or if I know I'm signing up to watch a musical, that's one thing. But to sneak musical numbers into my shonen film is a big no-no. And the biggest issue with this one is you cannot skip really past the musical numbers. You really can't skip past them because the musical numbers are built and baked into the narrative itself. So you're sitting here and every 5 minutes or so, she starts singing a goddamn song. And you have to sit through the song because all of the action sequences, of which there are many, are based around her singing. There's really no respite from that at all because she's always at the central conflict that the Straw Hats and all the other pirates and other characters in the film are dealing with. The only saving grace in this movie is Shanks. The Red Shank pirates, it's really cool to see them, and it's a great teaser for what is to come, but within the context of the film itself, it sucks. It really does. I've heard it said that this was a 2 out of 10 movie with some 9 out of 10 moments, and I think that's actually quite accurate. Of all the songs in this movie, there was only one that really worked for me, and that's the penultimate song. For those of you kids who are just still whipping out your SAT books, that is the second to last song in the movie. I thought that was a good song. It was emotional, and there were some great emotional beats in the film. Where we ran into issues is that the most of this movie is Uta singing and performing. This is pretty much a K-pop lolly performance with One Piece characters running around. I cannot see this particular narrative being taken and turned into a One Piece arc. You guys know that I've said this before. If you're able to take a singular movie like One Piece Gold, for example, which this was the same director who made One Piece Gold, if you're able to take one movie and stretch it out over the course of, let's say, 50 to 100, 150 episodes, if you want to go Dressrosa with it, if you stretch out a single movie into many episodes, sometimes it turns out that those would work pretty well as an arc. I think One Piece Gold, Film Gold, I think that could work as an arc of One Piece. It felt like a One Piece arc condensed into a movie. And because it's condensed, it feels strange. It doesn't feel fully like One Piece because One Piece is all about the detours and the breathing, especially with the pacing that Studio Toei has taken with it. At the end of the day, though, One Piece Film Gold felt like it could be a One Piece arc if it had to be. This movie and the film before it, One Piece Stampede, absolutely couldn't be. One Piece is not a narrative where a single enemy just comes dropping down into the middle of town and all of a sudden all of the characters have to throw themselves at the enemy and try to defeat them, and then eventually Luffy shows up and beats their ass. That is Dragon Ball. That is exactly what Dragon Ball is. Dragon Ball is Frieza comes down into town, starts shouting, "Somebody fight me," and then a bunch of people who can't beat him shows up, and then eventually Goku comes and he wins. That's Dragon Ball. One Piece is not Dragon Ball. It's actually almost the opposite to Dragon Ball in many senses, though Oda's taken a lot of inspiration from Akira Toriyama and all of his work with Dragon Ball, especially with the sizing of his characters and some of the scaling decisions. At the end of the day, the way that the narrative unfolds, they're not the same at all. And so it really doesn't work when you have that being the conceit of a One Piece narrative, that there's just this one mega powerful character that nobody else can defeat standing in the center of town, and all the pirates are throwing themselves at this character, and only one character can come in and defeat them, and that's Straw Hat Luffy. That's not what One Piece is. And so not only is this not a One Piece style narrative, it also is a goddamn musical. So One Piece film Red really just doesn't work for me. There's too much singing in it, and that really hurt the movie for me. Again, there are some great emotional beats in the film. There are some badass moments, particularly with Shanks and the Red Shanks pirates. But at the end of the day, there's too much singing, and the story itself is not a One Piece style story. I'm gonna give One Piece film Red a 6.2 out of 10. Check it out. You'll probably be fine, especially if you like K-pop songs every 2 minutes. There are like 15 songs in the movie. I couldn't stand all but only one of them worked, like I said. Obviously, I'm not in the majority of the opinion here, so it is what it is. Take it for what it is. Alright guys, this has been my review of One Piece Film Red. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Please hit subscribe and like, and I'll catch you on the next one.